Hi everyone, welcome back to Rosina Sharon's YouTube channel. If you've not subscribed, remember we are on the road to 1 million. I am Melanin V. You can go and check me out on my channel as well. So she's doing my makeup today. I can't wait to see the outcome. I'm so excited, especially on the eyeshadow. That's what I love. Yeah, so please do watch till the end and like the video.
Thank you so much, Melanin V, for introducing us today. She is such a happy soul, guys. Very happy with very clear skin. So we're going to start off with doing her eyebrows, and because she has chocolate skin, we're going to use a darker eye pencil for her eyebrows, and for that we're using the Davis #1 eye pencil instead of the #3 we normally use. We're going to start off by lining, following exactly how her eyebrows are shaped, and then on the upper side we're leaving a bit of space around the inner corner because we want the eyebrows to appear as natural as possible, especially around the inner corner. So for filling in, we're going to start off by using the Maybelline Eyebrow Gel Sculp Mascara. It is a very beautiful product, especially for people with scarce eyebrows like hers. Wonderful. It does an amazing job. So we're going to use that to brush through her eyebrows and then press it in, allow it to dry first before we start filling. To fill in, we're going to use the very same eye pencil we used to line, that is Davis #1, and we are going to use very little force while we are filling in because we don't want the eyebrows to appear very dark. So we're using very little force, and then around the inner corner we're going to do hair-like structures. Guys, forgive me for losing the footage for the lower side, for cleaning the lower side of the brows. I am so sorry. So for the upper side of the brows, we're using a foundation that matches her skin tone. For the lower side, we used Illegal Pro Concealer in the shade Dark Cocoa. Okay, Dark Cocoa for the... I'm so sorry, I lost that footage. So anyways, moving on, after cleaning the eyebrows, make sure you blend in especially the edges around the lower side of the eyebrows, the edges, and the upper side. Make sure you blend in that foundation to the forehead, so at least it's easier for you to blend in when you're blending in foundation. So after that, before we use eyeshadow, we're going to set her eyelids, and for this I'm using a brighter concealer. For her, I used Illegal Pro Concealer in the shade Beautiful Bronze because I wanted the colors to pop a bit more, so I used a brighter shade to set the lids. For her eyeshadow, we're going to start off with this purple from the Morphe James Charles palette. For her whole eyeshadow look, we're going to use the James Charles palette. And then to blend it in, we're going to, for that pinkish undertone, yeah, we're going to blend the first transition with that shade, and around the inner corner, please blend it down. Make sure you blend it downwards, coming down. Okay, and then after that, we're not going to do a cut crease, but we're going to use a bit of an eyeshadow base just on the crease region, and we're going to blend that in, not drawing a cut crease particularly, but just blending it in. And then after, we are going to use this I don't know, it's a shade of purple. Yeah, I'm not very good with colors, but the shade, I wanted a galaxy kind of look for her eyes because it goes very well with dark skin tones. So that is what we're going to use on the crease region. And then after that, we're just going to blend in the edges for the crease. And kindly remember, all the products used on this tutorial will be on the description box, so kindly check the description for the products. The products will be named, including their shade numbers. So for the products, kindly check the description box. Moving on, now we added a bit of a purple shimmer on top of the crease region because we wanted the galaxy theme to be, you know, very visible. So that is what we added. In person, it looked amazing. I wish it looked as amazing on camera, but it's okay. So moving forward, we did we wanted to do a wing, a small wing, and for wing eyes, always start by drawing a line as close to the natural lash line as possible, and then let your client open her eyes and look forward, not down or up, before you start drawing the wing. So at least your wing will be more accurate like that. And then after that, we just did falsies on her. We did not want very dramatic falsies. I wanted her eyes to be seen. regardless. And then I prefer doing this before I do foundation, especially when I'm doing a client's makeup, because I don't want to mess up with the foundation after I'm done. And then after that, we just curl the lashes using an eyelash curler, and then we're going to move on to the face. So moving on to the face, we're going to start off with the Cerave AM facial moisturizing lotion. It has SPF 30 in it, so it's perfect. It's sunscreen and moisturizer all in one, and we're going to apply that all over her face. And for application of this product, kindly just keep tapping, and then after you have applied it, allow it to set, allow it to be absorbed into the skin completely first before you move on to applying primer. So for moisturizer and sunscreen, apply all over the face. And then after that has set, we're going to move on to priming, and we're using the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. And for this, we're going to apply on the areas where she produces oil the most. So that is around the nose region, especially around the corners of the nose there. Apply that there. And for primer as well, tap it in. Okay, tap. And then around the lip region, and then going to her forehead as well. So we're going to apply primer mostly on the areas where she produces oil, the T-zone area mostly, and she does not have oily skin, so we cannot apply the primer all over. For oily skin, you can apply it all over. And then after the primer has set, we're moving on to foundation, and for her, we're using the Maybelline Superstay in the shade 375. And the trick here is, make sure your foundation has a red undertone, especially if you're doing dark skin makeup. That is why for me, I mixed a red undertone with this foundation, because this foundation has a grayish undertone. Most of these companies don't know how to match the shades for darker skin, so most of the time when they do dark, they put a gray undertone, and it does not look good on your client or yourself if you have dark skin. So make sure you mix that with a red undertone and then apply it. And guys, when it has a red undertone, let me tell you, it blends in with her undertone very, very nicely. It gives her that, you know, natural warmth, and then it matches her undertone, so it looks amazing overall. Yeah, as you can see here, it matches her skin tone very well. And make sure when you're applying foundation on yourself or your client, make sure you match it to the undertone. We can all be brown skin, but I have an orange undertone, you have a yellow undertone, you know, make sure you match it to the undertone as well, so at least it looks good on her. Hey, look at that foundation, guys. Anyway, moving forward to highlight, we're going to use 2 shades of concealer. We're starting off with a LA Girl Pro Concealer in Beautiful Bronze around the inner corner, and then around the outer corner, we're going to use LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Dark Cocoa. I wanted to give her some bright under eye around the inner corner, so that is why I went for a brighter shade around the inner corner. And then to blend that in, instead of a brush, we're going to use a beauty blender. To me personally, I feel like beauty blenders blend concealer way better than brushes do, but that is just my personal opinion. So for that, tap, and the beauty blender should be damp. No, damp, not damp. Yeah. Make sure you squeeze out the excess water on the beauty blender first before you start to use it for application. And we're going to highlight the under eyes, bridge of the nose and forehead. On the forehead, we're not going to do as much as highlighting, sorry, because I love her forehead the way it is. Yeah. And then after that, we are going to apply a red cream blush. For dark skin tones, always go with the red undertones, especially for blush. Red undertone, don't use pink. And then after that, we're going to set in the areas where we highlighted. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me finishing powder in the shade number 360. Works very well when it comes to setting for dark skin tones. Don't use a very bright setting powder for this. Use a powder that is going to match her skin. Okay. And we're going to set around all the areas we highlighted using a concealer. And then after we're done with setting, we're going to contour, and we're going to contour mostly around the nose and forehead. For the nose, we're going to use a smaller brush. and then to draw the contour lines, and then use a cleaner brush to blend those contour lines in, so we avoid having those harsh contour lines around the nose region. And then after we're done, we're going to go over her face with a finishing powder that matches her skin tone, so at least her face matches her neck. Very, very important. And then after that, we're going to apply a bit of a purple around the under eye, so at least it matches the eyeshadow on the upper lid. And then after that, we're going to set the whole face using a setting spray, a dewy setting spray, and then just highlight the nose region alone. We're not going to highlight the cheeks. And then next for the lips, I wanted them to match the eyeshadow, but I honestly feel like I should have gone with a different lip shade, but regardless, she looks amazing. So guys, that is her final look for Melanin V. You can go and subscribe to her channel. I'm going to leave the link on I'm going to pin a comment to her channel as well, guys. Go and subscribe to her channel as well. Thank you so much, Melanin V, for coming to my channel, and thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think on the comment section down below. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye.